Alright, well, that was a bit of a mess. So, I apologize to everyone who had gone to the other stream. I hit to go live on OBS, and it was like, you didn't enable auto start. So then it was saying I wasn't live, but I was live, and then every time I clicked go live, it turned into the end stream button. So I started and stopped the one stream like 4 times before I finally couldn't do it again. I don't know what in the glitch just happened. But anyway, one of these days I'll do a stream and there won't be any technical difficulties whatsoever. One day. But anyway, today we are going to be taking a look, well, I guess building first and then we'll take a brief look. But today we have the Megaman Champion Class kits. And I gotta say, Megaman as an IP, I feel like really makes sense for Blokees. I don't know, they've got the styling, and I feel like, you know, they could do quite a bit with the Megaman franchise. I feel like a Defenders line would be really good. You know, maybe even a Galaxy line. I think that, or actually, I guess at this point it would probably be Champion Class Light. But I think Defender would probably be the best. But that being said, we are starting with Champion Class with Zero and what they're calling Shooting Star Megaman, who is, I don't know, does he have a specific designation in the Starforce game other than Geo? I don't know. But that's what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be building these. Eric Parsons, thank you. I appreciate the support. I still hope to one day do one without the technical difficulties. We've overcome, I think, the camera glitching, and now we had a new one. That was a very, very new one. Let's go ahead and start with Zero. I'm going to go ahead and open Zero up, and then I'll pray us in, and we'll do that before I actually start building. I do have my knife on hand for trimming up the nubs, even though you don't need it. You don't technically need this. Not many people here. Well, this stream did just start. Muddiest Wave, welcome. Yeah, Blokees sent this to me. Here are all of the special parts, the printed ones. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bags, and then the instructions. John Williams, I'm assuming that you know more about Mega Man than I do. I have very, very limited knowledge of Mega Man. Although I did watch like an hour-long video on the lore of Mega Man Zero. So I do actually know a little bit about Mega Man Zero at this point. Which, golly, that is some wild lore. Watermelon, welcome! Where's my little... There it is. My little rip tab. Also, look at this. We get a stand. Oh, it's got the Capcom branding on it. So this is a normal Champion Class stand, but it's in clear and it's got the Capcom branding. That's pretty cool. Have I played a Mega Man game? I have not. I have not played any Mega Man games. I have played Mega Man in Smash Ultimate. That is the extent of my gameplay of Mega Man. And that's just like normal, original Mega Man. Got a gold runner. Then we got the runner with the blades and stuff. I saw some people complaining when this was first revealed that these were the wrong colors. And at first I was kind of like, I don't really get it. After watching that hour-long lore video, I do get it because these really should be green. Very, very green. John Williams with the $2 saying, I'm a huge Mega Man nerd. Well then please, by all means, give us all of the Mega Man lore in the chat, because again, I know a bit about Zero's story and a bit about Mega Man X. And I know a little bit about Geo and Omegasys now, because I did some research on him, but I don't know a ton beyond that. So let me go ahead, pray us in, and we'll get started. Well, Lord, thank you for helping me to get through the technical difficulties and actually get the stream off the ground. And just thank you for everyone who joined or is joining. I said this would just be a enjoyable and uplifting stream for everyone. In Jesus' name. Alright. You grew up on Mega Man Battle Network. Nice. Constructor Master MX. Welcome. What do I think of Blokees licenses? Like, in general, all of them? I think they've got a pretty solid lineup of licenses so far. My only concern is that they might expand too fast. The blade color is super inconsistent on what it's meant to be. So, I guess, in that case, Blokees can kind of be excused, I suppose. I do wish that it was a little bit of, like, a deeper color in general. Like, more vibrant. Whether it be green or blue. I think Blokees will get the Sega license? Anytime soon. Anytime soon is a broad range, I suppose. I don't know about anytime soon, but I wouldn't say it's an impossible ask, given their record so far. I realize I'm going to be building black pieces on a black. Will I be getting the advent calendar? If it's at all available in the US, then I will try my best, because I would love to do a Christmas live stream building, building the Blokees advent calendar. And I'd love to get my hands on that, oh, this black definitely marks up. This black is going to be tough to remove the nub marks on. But yeah, I'd love to get that Christmas Optimus. I think that's hilarious. And I do like when companies do seasonal exclusives. Like, I always would look forward to the Lego Advent Calendar and seeing what interesting exclusive they did there. Although I will say, Legos have been kind of lame lately. This has nothing to do with it, but what do I think about the latest Mattel Brickshop sets? The Halo ones, I'm assuming? Like the Xbox and the Hog? I think they're both really disappointing. I think it's honestly disgraceful what they've done with the Mega brand and pretending like it's still around and being like, no, it still exists. It's so dumb. If you can source one, recommend Battle Network Mega Man model kit. From what I looked up, a lot of the Mega Man kits, the existing ones, are kind of rare and hard to find. Confirmed an old fan theory is true. There's Mega Man comics. Your RG new. Oh, nice. I feel like lately Blokees kits have been like they are still. You still don't need the tools, but I feel like the attachment of the parts to the runners have been getting a little bit stronger and resulting in more gouges in the plastic if you don't use tools. Like, I feel like I've kind of needed to do all the trimming lately. Most sites stopped selling them. Yeah, they seemed, I don't know, at least, what, 3 years old, 4 years old at the minimum? From what I saw, a lot of them are like $60 now. Which, I think that's a bit much for what they are. Alright, so pop that in like that. This is the torso, so we're gonna then take these side bits. THB Bean, welcome! E9 Industries, welcome! We are in the middle, well, I shouldn't say in the middle. We are just starting the assembly of Blokees Megaman 0. I'm in the process of building his torso. There's that. See goof ignited? A goof? What? I don't know if I've seen that one. That sounds very intense. Goof Ignited? I might have to look that up. That sounds kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Why is Mexican Halo community trying to get Mattel to release the articulated? Because they have stopped. They've swapped the figures to entirely the non-articulated miniature statues, which sucks. Problem with Zero Blokees' face is the eyes are not rounded enough. Interesting. Every Mega Man figure got expensive except Jada. Interesting. Psychonauts. That was actually meant to be. There was a whole Psychonauts little figure that was supposed to go with it, and they canceled that. Like, there were supposed to be proper figures for all of those, and they canceled all of it. Also, I'm pretty sure I put that in upside down. That might explain why it didn't feel like it was sitting in there right. Also, to answer Victory Star Saber, these should be up on the site, like, now. As far as I'm aware, I've got the link in the chat that'll take you directly to the Blokees site if you want to go and check. As far as I'm aware, they are supposed to be up, like, basically now. Because they were supposed to release on the 18th. I just didn't know that until the other day, so that's why I'm behind on the content. But that's why we're building now. Interesting. This is a little weird, though. The butterfly joints, like, opens up the back of the torso. I'm not so sure I like that. That's odd. But yeah, the new Xbox set was incredibly disappointing. That was kind of our last hope. Them saying that they were going to bring that back. We knew there was supposed to be figures with it, so it was kind of the last hope to see the Mega system return. But it didn't. And I think that means it's just done. Will I do an update video about my entire collection? I plan to do something like that whenever I'm able to move, because where I'm living right now, I can't show my full collection at once. There's too much of it that's in, like, boxes and stuff. Whereas in my old apartment, there was enough space that I could have it at least accessible. I didn't have them, like, packed away in closets and stuff. You threw your hat in the ring for Blokees Megaman giveaway? Well, hey. Stay tuned, because I will potentially also have my own Blokees Megaman giveaway at some point. Yeah, the Xbox was quite sad. Honestly, at this point, it just kind of makes me more mad than anything. Like, I've had the sad part, you know? We had the sadness when the fire bases were canceled without being, you know, officially canceled, and all the silence and whatnot. And then Mattel being like, guys, the Xbox that was canceled is back. But now, all the parts that everybody was looking forward to are gone. Pay us $300 for it. It just makes me mad. Like, they're not Lego. They don't get to do that. They don't get to pull garbage like that. Once again, why do companies love this? They do massive back bends and, like, no forward bend. I will never understand. It is beyond me. Like, why not just make more of the bend that people want to use? Featured Siren, welcome! Check to the website, and as of there, they're not currently up. Interesting. Huh. I was told the 18th was the release. You don't recommend the Kudoboyu kits. They're expensive and the plastic is... I actually have gotten a weapon set from that brand, and it's a good weapon set. It's super cool. But yeah, I can definitely feel that the plastic is not... It's more hard. It's like brittle hard. Which is not good. Mega cut off production at the time the designers started cooking up gourmet with the molds and detail work. You are 100% right. And it makes me so sad that, especially, like, If I could get one request to them and they would make like one final figure, just one single figure, I really wanted to see that new Master Chief mold be turned into an actual Master Chief. Like, I thought Mattel maybe would use the excuse of a warthog to introduce that mold, but no. I guess they're just saying, lost money. We'll just, you know... I don't even know. I don't even know what their plan was. They made all these new molds and they did nothing with them. I just don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Bad when even Jang Bricks is making fun. Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, Jang is very, he's very fair. He's very fair with his approach to everything. And yes, when he's like, yeah, this is bad, you done messed up. Like, what the heck? Hope to make a Galaxy or Defender line. I think that Defender would be a very good choice. I think that would work out great. I think the proportions for Defender fit Mega Man very well. Like the very chunky lower legs, you know? Model of the X4 armor. Interesting. The X design is pretty cool, I will say. Alright, we're gonna build the legs. New figures in the Xbox set are super disappointing. Also, what's hilarious is they did a CE diorama. They call it CE diorama. When originally it was meant to be a Halo 2 diorama. And they even made a Halo 2 Master Chief to go with it. But whoever was in charge of designing the nano figures didn't bother to change that. So now we've got a Halo 2 Master Chief in a diorama that's supposed to be Halo CE. And it just feels like they're trying to ride the coattails of the CE hype train because of Campaign Evolved. Even though I think that hype train is mostly just a lot of people trying to get views by dunking on it. At this point, I don't even feel like anyone's giving proper criticisms to Campaign Evolved anymore. It's just people have found, oh hey, I can get a lot of views if I just say the same thing everybody else is saying on the internet. Cool. And then we just get garbage. Oh, Ronald Plump, welcome. That is a name. That is a name. It's very entertaining to see the names that you guys cook up. Galaxy weight. Well, I'm pretty sure that the Galaxy stuff has been retired for every line except for Transformers. If anything, they might do a like Champion Class Light. But we'll see. I think it all depends on how well these ones sell. Blokees hinted at doing a Mega Man X Champion Class kit. But we'll see. It's almost like the game deserves it. No, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. It's just a bunch of Halo fans are butthurt because they didn't get the nostalgia they wanted. Like, I've played it. I played the intro missions now. It's absolute. All the hate is so manufactured and overblown. It's absurd. The people screeching on the internet about Williams and her ODST squad, like, golly. Not a single criticism was actually worth it. There's plenty of other things that you can really criticize, like some animations are missing, or, you know, some of the AI like responses, they're not as smart maybe as some of the ones in the past were. Performance stuff, you know, like, but man, nobody can get their brains off of the nostalgia that they were wanting to get, the nostalgia shot they wanted to get. It's really ridiculous, because then it makes it so that we can't, those of us who want to give real criticism can't, because it's just drowned out by the people screaming, and also the people screaming then tell the people trying to give real criticisms that they're not being harsh enough, and it's just a mess. It's a mess. Toy Story got the Galaxy treatment. Pretty sure they are calling that Classic Class Light. Is it not? They couldn't... What? That's why Mega Man X doesn't have hair? Or that you don't see the hair? That's actually really funny. They just couldn't agree. Clearly they could agree what Zero's hair looked like, though. Planning to get all Galaxy version waves. Do you think the first waves are worth it? Honestly, at this point, I would probably stick to the newer ones. Just because the articulation is so much better. Bean, yes, I have seen the Smart Bricks. And, they're really, really bad. Now, that's something that deserves all of the dunking that it got on the internet. Particular version of Mega Man on your 3DS. The dino-like head on the arm. Oh, Starforce? Omega's his head. Which is funny that, like, his head becomes a gun. Campaign Evolve is just fine. Yeah, I mean, it's no masterpiece so far, but it's certainly a lot more fun for me to play than the original CE. Like, I've enjoyed it a lot more than my original CE playthrough, despite there being some performance issues. But yeah, I think the problem is everybody wants a masterpiece out of Halo, and the Halo universe is so muddied at this point in which direction it's even going. The team behind it don't know what to do other than just, like, remake everything from the beginning. So, I don't know. The overarching plan and vision is gone. Which means there's not going to be, like... Also, Halo fans are so quick to dunk on anything that isn't what they remember, but then they dunk on anything that is what they remember because it's not giving them the feeling of being a kid again. And so it's kind of a lose-lose situation for a vast majority of the Halo fandom. They're just being, like, they can never be happy. Wait, they're doing Ninjago Smart Brick sets? What? That's actually so dumb. That's actually really dumb. What? Drowning out on the internet. Another Nothing Burger Souls remake. See, that again, that's not even a proper criticism because there are people like myself who did not grow up with CE and do not enjoy playing CE because of how outdated it is. It doesn't feel good to play. It also, like, I can't even play the original CE for very long because it actually hurts my eyes with how dark they make things and how hard to see it is. Like, the remake is fantastic for me. Again, it's not a groundbreaking thing, but for me, it allows me to actually enjoy CE. Like, I've actually enjoyed playing it, and I think it's a lot more fun than the original CE. And the problem is old Halo fans think that they have the right to just say what is or isn't good, instead of taking the stance of, like, there's always a middle ground for these sorts of criticisms. But Halo fans don't want that to be the case, because if there's a middle ground, and if the game is just okay, then they can't get views by saying it's the worst thing ever. But it's not the worst thing ever, and to say it's the worst thing ever is just not correct. Wait, what is that? Spaded 1 McDysentery? What is that name? What? Get the rights to make Bionicle. Lego's never going to give those up, but I would love Blokees Hero Factory or Bionicle. That would be amazing. Ultraman Redemption Vehicle. Ooh, that's cool. Israel the Nation, welcome! What do I think of Halo 3? I'm only partway through playing it, but I like it a lot better than CE. Like, I've enjoyed playing most of the Halos except for CE. CE just felt like a slog. There were some moments that were like, wow, this is super cool. But, like, 50% of the game felt like the same hallways or the same couple rooms that I had to run through. And then the other, like, 30% was being stuck in encounters that, like, I didn't have enough ammo to even get through. And then 20% of it was actually enjoyable. But yeah, the walking and the fact that there's no sprint Like, I can't change my movement speed at all. I can't dodge into cover because all I can do is kind of this stupid little, like, slide. When Chief is a super soldier, he should be able to run. He even runs at the end of CE in the cutscene. It's just not very fun. Apparently they tried to get back in black. Oh, that's a little strange. Jason Todd, welcome. How's my day going? It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's a very kind of sleepy day here. It's kind of raining. Won't we get all of our pocket money to buy Mega Bloks and Halo? If only we could get that much unification in the fandom to actually buy it, but probably a pipe dream at best. Love the AR in the remake. Been the base AR. Pretty good. Yeah, that was another thing I hated about CE. Every time I shot the AR, it would shoot everywhere in a 5-mile radius except for the person or the enemy in the center of my reticle. I'm like, my reticle is on the enemy, but my bullets are spraying everywhere around the enemy. That's not what I want. I'm trying to shoot the enemy, not the friggin' walls in a 5-mile radius. Is there a reason Blokees can't sell Pokemon kits on their website? Likely they don't have the regional license for it. That's my guess. My guess is that their license actually only applies to mainland China currently. I don't know this for sure in terms of where they're actually allowed to, but I do know if it's not on the Blokees site, they don't have the US regional licensing for it at the moment. Watch a Mega Man Zero lore video. I actually did. I watched, what's his face? The Black something is what he goes by. He wears like a Naruto headband. But I watched it was like an 1.5-hour video on the lore of Mega Man Zero. And it was absolutely nuts. Like, post-apocalyptic world, people trying to survive, guy trying to take over the entire planet, humans and almost human robots, like clones, Zero, anyway. It was a lot. It was a lot, and I found it very interesting. Do I know what's going on with the brand new day, Spidey from Blokees? In terms of like when it's going to release to the site? As far as I'm aware, it is not going to. They do not have the license to sell it in the US, which means it will not go on the site. I don't know why they aren't able to get the licensing, but kind of, it's sad. It's Unreal 5, and they didn't manage to crank out a multiplayer, which is the best part. I mean, was it though? Because everybody talks about the campaign. I don't hear people talking about the CE multiplayer like ever. But yeah, they have been splitting. That's kind of the route now, is they split multiplayer and campaign apart, which I don't know if is a good idea. But that is what they did. Although personally, for multiplayer, I still really enjoy playing Halo Infinite. Great. Yeah, he did a really good job breaking down such a massive amount of lore in the one video. I was hoping he would have a video on Starforce as well, but I had to watch a different guy's review, or not really review, breakdown of that, because he didn't have one, and I was sad because I was like, hey, he did a good job. I wanna see Starforce stuff from him. Blokees 01, nice. Maybe Hasbro being greedy again. I don't know. It could be Hasbro. Here's the thing, though. It's actually Disney that dictates that. And I know this because for the Marvel Rivals Spider-Man and Venom, I made that video early because Blokees had to get Disney to review the video to make sure that it wasn't, like, going against any of their pieces of their contract. Which is why I never live built those ones. He made 7 and 4 inch instead. Went to a store that's partnered with Blokees. Well, they Lego? They say Lego is? Interesting. I guess that would make sense, because even though Lego and Blokees aren't technically in the same space, they are both, like, things you have to put together. It is interesting. Starforce is the most powerful Mega Man? Really? Is that because of the alien? The whole alien aspect? Is that what makes him more powerful? Yeah, these nub marks are definitely a lot rougher than some of the earlier kits. There are less parts just falling off the runners, which I guess is good. Less parts getting lost, but still. Happy Blokees did Starforce. Yeah, I was actually kind of confused as to why they started with these. I guess it's a good thing, but I was just kind of confused about it. Blokees Marvel Rivals mogs the Marvel Legends. Well, Spider-Man does, at least. I do think that the Legends one has a bit more range in the joints, but holy moly, those are some ugly joints. They used joints from like 10, 15 years ago. I mean, Lego, we know that Lego is very predatory when it comes to, like, keeping their shelf space being the most prominent. Like, they do send inspectors to stores from time to time. Now, there has been a lot of people kind of overblowing the amount of pull that they have with stores in terms of, like, telling them what to carry and what not to carry. But I don't doubt that they will pull whatever strings they can the instant they see their sales dip because of who knows what. Be it Blokees, Mega, Mattel Brickshop. Who knows? I do know they want to be the top. If I'm going to say for Starforce Mega Man. Yeah, he looks good. Well, we'll definitely get to see all the details as we build him. I like this red color for Zero. It's a very nice plastic finish. It doesn't look too, like, toyish to me. It also cleans up decently well in terms of the nub marks. Alright. So we're kind of clamping. I like how layered this leg is here. This is actually quite cool. Marvel... Legends Rivals... No, I'm dropping some effect parts. Yeah, that's actually pretty embarrassing. The cape for the Legends Moon Knight is embarrassing. The Blokees Moon Knight wins by a long shot. Starforce is getting a huge push in time for the... Oh, wait, yeah, they're doing, like, the remastered thing or whatever, yeah? Look how much layering that has. To give us the X4 armor. They, like I said, they did tease. They teased that they might do an X, so I think it's likely. Those pieces, and then I need some of the gold. Bought a whole set of Blokees wheels. Oh, nice. I still haven't gotten those. I don't think they're available in the US yet, but I really want to. Honestly, I mostly just want the tumbler. If they don't bring it to the US, I'll probably just go and buy the tumbler because that's my favorite Batmobile. It's just so interesting. Also, it was so cool in the movies. Driving up the roofs. Speaking, X or Zero are the strongest. From a different universe. Interesting. Action figures with cloth wired capes are an actual blessing. I agree. It takes what might have been like okay, this is interesting, to wow, this is amazing with the extra bit of cloth. Also, you can just make some really nice dynamic poses, like have him stand there, but then have the cape like flying out to the side, and suddenly the pose is way more dynamic, even if he's just standing there doing nothing. It just looks cooler. Am I planning to get the brand new day Spidey? I actually already have him. I built him live. Well, I have the Champion Class one. I don't have the Champion Class Light. Think we'll be getting characters from the Clone Wars? I mean, we are. I don't know about Grievous yet, but we are getting Battle Droids, Ahsoka, Clone Troopers, and Rex in the next Champion Class Light. Or the first, I guess, Champion Class Light wave. Oh, wait a minute. I sandwiched these pieces on, and I was supposed to do it after. I did it in the wrong order. Want the new Blokees Arkham Defender? I agree. I also would really like to get them. I think they look really good. Blokees was like, oh yeah, it's going to release late August. Or sorry, no, they were like late July? And then it was like, oh wait, no, early August. But I still haven't gotten them. So I had to message them about it again and be like, did you still want me to do a video on those? Because they're out now. Hope soon to get the Galaxy's Transformers Defender 8. I can't say too much about that. But I'll say your wish will not be long in coming. But also, maybe a little longer than you might want. I can't really explain much more than that. Kusto, welcome! There we go. Yeah, the layering here is really good. I quite like it. I also think that the joints look pretty good, too, here. You're animating the last scene. Oh. Well, good luck on that. Thank you for stopping by. The last scene. Man, it's been a long time in the works. Oh, whoops, other direction. Defender, Star Wars. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, this is a little weird. I'm not entirely sure like where this is supposed to sit. It feels like it wants to pop up higher than it actually is. That's a little awkward feeling. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, where's a knee pad? Where's a knee pad at? Here we go. Have I heard of what's happening in Fortnite? I saw some ad for it, but I don't really know. I don't really know anything else. What is Fortnite doing now? Sonic the Hedgehog, Mega Man, and Crash Bandicoot are being added. Wait, I thought Sonic was already in Fortnite. I don't know. At this point, I lose track of who's in Fortnite because it feels like everyone's already in Fortnite. Shadow, Knuckles, and Eggman. Interesting. Be cool if Blokees made Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Champion Class, or General Grievous. I feel like Grievous has to happen eventually. There's too many people requesting Grievous for it to not. Whether it's Champion Class Light or a proper full Champion Class, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they would do. Or maybe they would do both. Depending on if they see the amount of requests or not. So we found odd we do not have Transformers 1B alt mode. Yeah, I don't really know why. I don't know why they did that. I think honestly it's probably because they added the alt mode. Well, no, I was gonna say they added the alt modes too late into the wave, but they totally could have stuck it in with like Ironhide or something. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know why they did that. I don't know what the reasoning behind that was. Maybe budget? Cyberpunk is just going to be the wheels line. As far as I know, so far, yeah. It might be, I don't know, the game might be a little too mature for, like, I don't know, their general audience. Golly. I'm trying to make sure the nubs don't look real bad, but like in a lot of cases, it's just looking a little rough. Halter White. Imagine Blokees partnering with Nintendo to make Smash Bros. I don't think that would ever happen. Nintendo is way too stingy with licensing for that. Also, they'd have to get like Square Enix and a bunch of other licenses on top of that. So I just don't know if that would happen. I can safely say Walter White's probably never going to happen. Blokees Walter White. That would be a wild kit for sure. Right now, I'm trimming out all the parts for the feet and the knees. Nintendo will never let Mario be in Fortnite. I would be genuinely shocked if that happened. I would. They're way too stingy for that. With Legends and Classic Class. I'm pretty sure they do those less because they're more expensive to make. What happened to Fast and Furious Blokees wheels? They're just not out yet. They're still in the works. Prototype stage. Blokees Breaking Bad. Again, probably never going to happen. Also, is Breaking Bad even that popular in China? Because the gauge is like, if you think, oh, what if they do this particular license? If it's popular in China, there's a likelihood. If it's not popular in China, it's probably not going to happen. That's a good litmus test. Blokees did a fan vote. Okay, so speaking from the perspective of somebody who's participated in like 2 or 3 Mega Constructs fan votes get messy really fast. Because people vote for what they want, and then when what they want doesn't win, they get really mad. So then the next time a fan vote happens, they use a VPN to spoof a whole bunch of IPs and do a bunch of different votes, and then it's a rigged vote, and then people are more mad. So I don't know. I think maybe a vote or 2 every now and again would be fine, but not all the time. A Link rip-off scene? What? Playing cameo was scrapped because Capcom told them. Interesting. And Samus, what? Didn't the Cyberpunk wheels reveal same time as Wheels of 1? They were, first of all, they had to get more licensing. The licensing was not ready. And they were just in the prototype stage, whereas the wheels were a lot sooner. Fan of the game, love Blokees Overwatch. I would actually like that too. I would love to get Soldier 76, McCree, wait, is it Bastion? Bastion is the robot guy. Genji. I think they would be actually really neat. True flashbacks to the last Lego anniversary. Yeah, they just it becomes chaos way too quick. Way too quick. All right, toe hinge, not the tightest thing in the world, but not so loose. Fortnite added Overwatch skins. Oh, Reinhardt. I would love a kit of Reinhardt. There's no good Reinhardt figures out there. Like, Figma never did Reinhardt. That was a little tighter. Hasbro did Reinhardt, but he barely posed at all. Oh yeah, Haya Toys, that's right. McCree, I refuse to call McCree Cassidy. It's so dumb. It's only reason they renamed him was because he shared a name with one of the people that was accused of doing illegal things. And then it was proven to not even be real. Or, as far as I'm aware, it was proven to not be real. And also, Cole Cassidy is a stupid name. Jesse McCree is a lot cooler. And I don't know. I'm like, nah, he's McCree. Hasbro, yeah, I know Hasbro made Reinhardt, but he's basically a chunk of plastic that doesn't really move. Like, he can't pose. I want him to be able to pose. But, yeah, if Blokees ever made Reinhardt and he posed better than the Hasbro one, I would be so happy. Reinhardt and McCree and Genji are kind of my 3 favorites. Watermelon. In terms of, like, stuff that I play regularly, it's actually a fairly small list. It's Helldivers, Halo, Minecraft, and Hytale. That's pretty much it. Although recently I bought the Spider-Man Remastered from Steam. And Titanfall. Blockies the Overwatch Transformers. That would actually be amazing. I would love that. McCree would always be McCree. Yes. He did not deserve to have his name changed. He didn't. Destiny Blockies would go so hard if Destiny wasn't dead. Yes, I agree. I think Jesse McCree is an alias. No. I don't think he ever used an alias. That was not really his thing. To the best of my knowledge. And I did a fair bit of McCree research. Cole Cassidy. I don't know. It just sounds dumbed down. Like, Jesse McCree sounds like a real name. Cole Cassidy sounds like something somebody made up because it's alliteration. Oh, here's something interesting. We get 3 of these ankle joints. Blockies has been putting more and more extra parts in kits, which is interesting. Reinhardt's purpose is to stand with his chunky shield. Yeah, that's basically it. And I wanted him to be able to, like, charge into battle with that chunky shield. And he cannot. Tracer. Yeah, but not all of them have that. Like, Reinhardt doesn't have an alias. I'm pretty sure Genji doesn't. Soldier 76 does, obviously. Because nobody... If there were ever parents that named a child Soldier 76, those parents should no longer be parents. Have you ever seen someone pronounce Blockies as Blokees? No, but I have seen it spelled differently. So the Chinese spelling is actually, or it was, Buluke. Or just Blocks Group, before they really became, like their own thing. Which was interesting. It was interesting to see that. Alright, let me make these wristband thingamajiggers. Don't know anything about Overwatch, but Genji looks cool. I mean, Genji's essentially he's a ninja that was almost killed, and he was given cybernetic parts to keep him alive, so now he's a cyborg ninja. It's about as cool as you can get. John 76. Yeah. Soldier 76 versus Master Chief. Master Chief wins, but it would be kind of a funny fight. Armed and Dangerous. Oh, that's right. That's a character name. Am I ever going to do the Blockies Evangelion? I don't have plans to at the moment for a couple reasons. First of all, the mech designs themselves, they're not something that personally interests me, so I don't have a ton of, like, I really want to look at it. But also, I honestly just have not had the time to add another IP into the list. Marvel Rivals should continue. You mean the Blockies line? Because as far as I'm aware, it is continuing. I don't think they're stopping. We already know that they're doing a Spider-Man recolor. They need to reveal more. You gotta be patient. Blockies is doing like a million things at once. Genji just a Nindroid from Ninjago combined with a human. Kinda. I mean, that's not a bad way to sum it up. He's very similar to Zane in a lot of ways. Except he's not a full robot. He's also part human. Ah, that end piece is actually quite sharp. I am Gundam 2009. That's a crazy name. Welcome. Did I see Death Battle doing Tahu versus Kai? I didn't watch it because, to be honest, the Death Battle, I don't feel like they're ever very accurate. Like, they're always like, oh, because of this, this, and this person would win. And then it doesn't ever truly make sense. In a way that, like, I don't know, it should. Marvel Tokon. I feel like Blockies would do really well with the Tokon designs. Whenever I bought Blockies from China, it's Buluke or Bluko. Yes. Yep, that is the Chinese name. Or it was. I think that they've unified the name Blockies across all their selling regions now. Yeah, Genji's cyborg ninja. Reinhardt's a German man with a giant powered suit of armor. McCree is a cowboy with a robot arm, which is sick. Absolutely sick. I sold off my McCree Figma because I hadn't used him in a while. But if I was able to get a cheaper McCree, I would love that. Oh, a cheaper McCree that looked as good. Because, yeah, he's got a absolutely sick design. Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. How do you even do that? Big dude. For anyone who's curious about Overwatch, and you don't necessarily want to play the game, look up the Overwatch short films on YouTube. So good. The Reinhardt one, the Bastion one, the Genji one, the McCree one, they're all absolute masterpieces. Especially the Reinhardt one. They packed in so much story and character build-up and emotion into one, like, what was it, 10-minute short? It's really good storytelling, and the visuals are just as good. Zero is the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean, he takes out, like, everyone. There's, like, nobody that can stop him. Which is funny, because the bad guy's like, give up, I've won! Even though Zero mowed down, like, everyone in his way. Do I prefer Figma or FigArts? At this point, neither. Because Figma used to be really good at making very simple, good-looking figures. And then they kind of messed it up. Like, the new Link, the Tears of the Kingdom Link, holy crap. They over-engineered the heck out of him and under-engineered the quality. I do have more Figmas than FigArts, though, so I guess that says something. I've got Figma Twilight Princess Link and Figma Link Between Worlds Link. Both of them the DX versions. Overwatch films are goated. They are. I would say I want an entire movie like that, but I honestly don't think they could do it these days. I think that they would be ruined if they did it these days. Punisher. Oh yeah, Punisher he's chunky. If anything, I feel like he would scale similar to Venom. I would say so. I want the Blokees Godzilla. Already. Yeah, I mean, it takes a while. It takes a while to get things rolling with new IPs. What's my opinion on Mattel? I mean, a big, creatively bankrupt company. Like most of the other big, creatively bankrupt companies. Like, at this point, Mattel can't even give the fans what they're asking for. Like, so many aspects of Mattel are just, they're just pumping stuff out that nobody asked for. It's really annoying. Link is a self-insert character? Oh, yeah. Oh. Why did I just get a notification saying my OBS disconnected? That is not what I want to see. Rivals up their scale? Oh. Yeah, interesting. If I watch the TF2 short films? No. Wait. Are you talking about Team Fortress 2 when you say TF2? Because if so, I have not. Let's make Doomfist interesting. Doomfist is, I never thought of him as, like... I mean, I guess if you're playing him in the game, yeah, that makes sense. As, like, a character. Yes, it did disconnect for a split second. I think we're back, though. Yeah, I just got a notification saying, oh, yep, it disconnected, trying to reconnect. I'm like, that's not what I want to see, OBS. That is not what I want to see. What else is... TF2 could mean Titanfall, because I've seen people do TF to represent Titanfall, so it would be TF and TF2. Or it can be Team Fortress and Team Fortress 2. I gouged that a little bit more than I meant to. I did see... What is the one with the spy? Where he's like, it could be you, it could be me! but somebody reanimated it so that the spy was Exia and the other ones were like other mobile suits. That was really funny. Alright, so we're going to put these shoulder pads on. What did I say about the Link comment? Oh, I was saying that, yeah, that's even how Chief started. You know, Chief started as a blank self-insert character. Wait, is that the right way? It's a little hard to tell here. Link started out as a self-insert character. Chief started out as a self-insert character. But they kind of got their own personality over time. Meet the Spy. I'm pretty sure it was... Maybe it was Meet the Spy? I don't know. I don't really know Team Fortress, I'm going to be honest. I also apparently don't really know how to put this together. Oh, it says right and left. Okay, that's helpful. Link is still a self-insert. Chief is still a self-insert. But like in terms of like Breath of the Wild, Link has a whole backstory. He's got you can even learn more about him if you find Zelda's diary. That kind of a thing. Which is pretty cool. I think that's kind of neat. Exia? Yes, Exia. The Gundam Exia. Writing a self-insert character and an independent character? I mean, yeah. But a self-insert character... originally, a self-insert character just doesn't have much. Like Doom Guy. Doom Guy was and kind of still is in a lot of ways a self-insert character because he has really no personality. But both Link and Chief now have backstories and personality and, you know, things that they do and don't do. Different versions of Link have different characteristics. They all share certain characteristics, but they're always a little bit different here and there. Like sometimes, you know, he comes from a poor family who's friends with Zelda. Sometimes he's a random kid in a village. Sometimes he's Zelda's personal knight. Heck, in Breath of the Wild, they even had a reason for why he didn't speak. It was because he felt that the Hyrule needed to see him as the silent bearer of the weight of being the hero. Zero somewhat dark purple? Interesting. Backlord does not mean he's his own character. I mean... No, I mean, again, self-inserts, these ones, they started out that way. Heck, I mean, Samus, you could argue Samus started out as a self-insert character. But eventually you have to give them personality. If you want to keep them around for a long time, you've got to give them personality. You've got to give them... You've got to give the player a reason to want to play through this character's story. Fate Lift, welcome. Got several Mega Halo sets. Nice. Hopefully your wallet isn't dying after after purchasing. Anytime I hear somebody say, "Oh, I purchased some Halo Mega," my brain immediately goes, "Oh gosh, that was like a $500 purchase." Person who underwent therapy. That's not really... That's a backstory. That's a backstory. That's not current personality. And I mean, like, when you're playing Doom Guy, he doesn't really ever have, like, he doesn't have any reactions to things that would give him character. Whereas both Link and Chief do. Which kind of brings them out of the self-insert space. Do I have the biggest Mega Halo set? I do not. The biggest one, I believe, is the UNSC Infinity. I believe that one is the biggest one. Crash remains of high charity. What? Is too angry. I don't know about that. Because currently, Doom Guy is going, like, he's in it's the past. Doom Eternal is bringing up a bunch of stuff. A great self-insert is a character who has growth through the story alongside the players who controlled as them. Yeah, well, I think that's why Link is such a long-lasting character. Like, Chief, I guess you could kind of argue that he grows with the player, but Link really does. Link always starts out not quite being able to do what he needs to do, and as you accomplish tasks, you as a player get the guts to tackle bigger and bigger enemies and bigger tasks, and so does Link. And then eventually by the end, especially with Breath of the Wild, you're like, oh yes, I can take on anything. He isn't us? Well, I guess in that case, that would mean he's not so much a self-insert. Homelander? I don't know that they're ever gonna do the boys. Like, I honestly don't. I don't think they will, especially since it's ended. Zero Blockies can't wait to build Ultron. Ultron's still not available in the US, unfortunately, so I haven't been able to get him. There we go. That's another emptied runner. Dr. Wily building Maverick Hunter Zero. Yes, definitely. I need my lab coat. People start to know what kind of character. See, by that definition, then no, Link would not be. Because here's the thing: if you want a true self-insert, you need somebody like the Dragonborn from Skyrim. Because the world and the characters in the world will react and speak to you differently depending on the choices that you make. So your character there truly is a self-insert, because everything that your character does or says will change things. Whereas Link, he can only ever do one thing. He is only ever the hero of Hyrule. So you can't really change that. Sure, you can try, but that just means you're failing the game. There's not really a way to change what Link does. Whereas with the Dragonborn, you really do choose everything that happens. You create your character's heir. Say the Harvester dropship. The Harvester dropship is a better vehicle, yes. Small amount of modifications, and it would be way even better looking than the Phantom set. He is your reincarnated self? No, that's not the Zelda lore at all. That's not... What? Link is not reincarnated player. Link is reincarnated spirit of the hero. And that's not supposed to be exact reflection of the character or of the player. Yeah, that is not the lore of the game whatsoever. As long and confusing as it is, that is not something that fits into the lore. Marvel Legends, Glaze, Hasbro, Modern Mattel. I like Lego Exoforce and Nexo Hero Factory. I do like Exoforce though. I love Exoforce. That's fantastic. Nexo Knights, I like some aspects of it, but it was never quite it. Who is the spirit of the hero? The spirit of the hero is... It's all tied into the Triforce. That's why you have the courage and you have the power. And the spirit of the hero was that of the first Link, the Skyward Sword Link. He was the first. He was the hero. He was the one that the goddess Hylia chose. And then from then on, because, oh, what's his name? Not Ganon. The first guy. The first guy. Golly, what is his name? I can't remember. Anyway, he knew he couldn't win, so he locked them forever in the endless battle of evil reincarnates, but because evil reincarnates, the spirit of the hero comes back too. The hero was the guy from Skyward Sword. Yeah, that was Link numero uno. Maybe the real spirit of the hero was the friends we made along the way. The names imply that according to the devs. I've never heard that said. Although they have used the name Link as like kind of pun names. You know, Link Between Worlds, Link to the Past. We had 60 collections of Blokees. What? The bird? What? No. The guy who lived in Skyloft, the original Link. Am I planning on getting any of the Blokees Godzilla kits? Well, we don't really know when they're coming out. We also don't know what region they're coming out in. So it's a little hard to say if I will or will not, because I don't actually know where. Visual Phantom as a scarab. I agree. Big C's Train Things, welcome! Oh yeah, we got like some weird... Oops. Weird wrist joints. There's multiple styles of wrist joints going on here. The lore from every single game. Yes, I have listened to the connected lore multiple times, and it still makes very little sense. Very, very little sense. Okay, so this hand, the Z hand, has a double ball joint, but then these open hands just have a single. We're born in... What? He's not even an elf, though. What? Link is not an elf. There are no elves. Well, actually, are there elves in Hyrule? Link is not an elf, though. Yeets the official instructions. Yeah, what was it? Black Ring? Black Ring the Third was the one who came up with the scarab. He actually entered that in one of my contests years ago. I think he won? I don't remember now. Follow the same type of recipe too. But Link doesn't wake up with amnesia in most of the games. The only game he wakes up with amnesia is Breath of the Wild. Well, sorry. Breath of the Wild and, oh, what's the one with the fish? The wind fish or whatever. Where he wakes up on the island and then it's actually a dream the whole time. I can't remember the name. But for the most part, you actually just drop into the middle of the story. Link usually has a history. You know, like, you don't wake up with amnesia in Twilight Princess. You don't wake up with amnesia in Wind Waker. You don't wake up with amnesia in Skyward Sword. Actually, in Wind Waker, Link has a lot of character. He might honestly have the most character of most of them. Thing is, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom is like the Turn A Gundam Zelda. What? Why does he have long ears? Because he's a Hylian? Hylians have long ears. But there are no elves. Just because they've got long pointy ears doesn't mean he's an elf. Hylians act very much like humans, not so much like elves. I think there might be actual... Was it like Dark Elves? I thought that was a thing that was not connected to Hylians. Zelda's a broad game. I know. I played through Breath of the Wild, and I've watched almost every game played because a friend of mine was going through and playing all of them, so I've seen a lot of it, and I've researched a lot of the lore. Because Link is one of my favorite game characters of all time. Link and Chief. They're like my 2 all-time favorite video game characters. And Cloud. Cloud Strife. Because see, like you could technically, I guess, say, oh, Cloud Strife is a self-insert character because of the way that he acts. And because he has, well, he kind of has amnesia. Kind of amnesia, kind of not. Kind of just like hiding things. I don't know. Cloud is confusing. Link is less confusing. Oh, did I trim all this? Okay, I think I can assemble the head. Maybe I'll just go ahead and fix these. They're only elf-like. Yeah, they don't act like elves. They have elf ears and some magic. But yeah, they still have some other things. What is the worst state in America? California, because the gas prices are like $11. Although, they also have the redwoods, so there's that. Cloud is his own character. I mean, he's his own character as much as Link is. Although, again, Link is a little confusing because there's many versions of him. Souls games and Armored Core 6. Yeah. 621. 621 is a true self-insert because does 621 ever actually speak? I don't think he ever actually speaks. And not like he's like taking a vow of silence like Link or whatever. He just actually doesn't speak. Because he's like a shell. A shell trapped in a mech. Yemenheim? That's, hopefully I'm saying that correct. Welcome. Link is a URL. Nice. Okay, we got that in there. We need the core of the head. It's a little confusing about which way this needs to go. Oh, never mind, it's not. There's only one way you can put it in. Halo Reach is also true self-insert. I would actually say ODST is a bit more. Because Noble 6 actually does have a history and a record, and he's got a voice, which is something that a lot of other self-insert characters don't have. But you can customize the entire way he looks. Although, you basically only have one course of action, though. You can't really choose what you're doing. You kind of just have to complete the mission, which is what 6 does. That's Noble 6 is known for completing the mission at all costs. Favorite Iron Man suit? It's a tie between the Heartbreaker or Silver Centurion, but probably Heartbreaker. Silver Centurion is also just really cool. This history is just one battle. No. No. You can't get the hyper lethal, you can't get the hyper lethal tag in Halo with only one battle. Noble 6 is a headhunter. He was one of the top and most secret levels of Spartans. But yeah, one battle is not going to give you, the hyper-lethal designation. There's only 2 Spartans that ever got hyper-lethal. One was Chief, and then the other one was 6. 621 went through so many augmentations, he physically cannot speak. I mean, he doesn't have a proper body. Does he even have a mouth at that point? He's like organs and a brain in a suit. Well, no. That's not true. He does have a body because there's one point in the game where you're kind of pulling yourself through the mud. Not in your suit. That's after you were captured. So I guess he does have something of a body. Self-insert lore can be... No, dude. Do you know the Halo lore? do you know? Do you know the Halo lore? It does, this sounds like a lot of speculation about stuff. But, like, it's not even all entirely correct ways to write. And I have looked into writing a lot because I also do writing. I have multiple novels that I'm, like, procrastinating on. Look at that. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't. There we go. That neck is kind of loose. Don't love that. Self-insert characters are OP. See, that's not even correct because the rookie from Halo ODST, he is absolutely not OP. You blink wrong and you are dead. Alright, we have Zero here. He looks pretty good, but I gotta say, he is quite loose. Like, this is not... I'm gonna have some thoughts about this in my review. But he does have some nice articulation here. Look at that. Don't know how the story ends. Oh, you know how it ends, but you don't know how it gets there. Halo ODST? No, Rookie is not. He has no lines. He has no personality. He has nothing, except for the fact that he says nothing. Even in the books, I don't think... Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot his forearm bits. Even in the books, he, I don't even think he's got a ton of personality in the books either. So, yeah, ODST, very much self-insert, because we learn the stuff as him. We can't learn the stuff, like, he's not learning the stuff before us and vice versa. Your goat, Zerp. I might call him Zerp from now on. Also, the hair really does not get in the way at all. There's plenty of articulation. Yes, Rookie does die. Yeah. He doesn't even have a name, though. They just list him as John Doe, which is not a real name. He's a POV main character. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that what you're saying is correct. It sounds like a lot of big words, but, like, you're kind of making up categories of things with self-insert and then independent and then POV. Like, a self-insert and a POV, that's the same idea. There's the same concept behind it. You can't have a self-insert character that is not a POV character, because you're not going to be doing this, like, oh yeah, I am that character. If you don't see from their point of view, then it's not a self-insert character. So self-inserts and POV, that's the same thing. Same idea, same concept. You can't separate them. That's not how it works. Oh no, absolutely not. Blocky's brain rot is not going to happen. Or if it does, that'll be the day I quit the brand. Have I tried playing some fighting games? I've played, well, I played Smash Ultimate. I played Smash Ultimate a lot. I also played, Injustice, briefly. I've not played any of the, like, proper ones, though, like the classics, like Street Fighter or whatever. Those are beyond my range. Alright. Let's put Shooting Star Mega Man together. I'm gonna cap that up for a second. Hate AI brain rot stuff. Agreed. It's a blight on society. POV based. They're not you. But what? Dude, this you're splitting hairs that don't need to be split when it comes to storytelling. And like it's not even accurate because Rookie is 100% just you. He has no personality beyond you. He has no goals beyond you. You just have to go from point A to point B. Or if you just wander around the city in a daze, well, that's what Rookie's doing. He's got no backstory, no personality. The motives are all just what you want to do. Like, Link has more backstory and personality and motives than Rookie does. You want War for Cybertron Dinobots? I want War for Cybertron any kits, to be honest. Oh yeah, so here we got a lot of printed parts here, which is actually quite cool. Let me pour this out. Let me show you though the battle cards. You get a set of battle cards here, and it's a little interesting in the way that you have to take these out, because there is a top layer here, so you want to push it from the back, and then look, it starts pulling this whole layer up, and then you can just pop, 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 and then you need to... Oh, it's still sticky, no! Then you can take them out. And there we go, there's a battle card. Oh, I'm holding it upside down. And it's very nice. It's kind of laminated. We've got a battle card that is a bunch of, like, flying kicks. And then we've got the sword. Rookie is self-insert, so on Google he has a name. Yeah, he has a name that's John Doe. If you don't know, John Doe is the name that hospitals will assign people if they don't know the name. So John Doe and Jane Doe are the name that means we don't know your name. That's what that is. So that's why he's called John Doe, because you don't know his name. He's just the Rookie. Which version of Optimus Prime is the new Action Edition? It's like a modified G1 version. Yes, yes, Jonathan, however you pronounce the Doherty or whatever, it's just an expansion of John Doe. That's the whole thing behind Rookie, is like, he's got nothing. He's the strong silent type because he doesn't speak. Like, Chief is the strong silent type, but then he speaks eventually. But Rookie is just there. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. He is you. He's got nothing. To the point where, like, the flashbacks that he has, it's literally us thinking back to what happened and then, like, speculating. It's, yeah. He is probably the most self-insert of all of the characters mentioned thus far. Well, technically, the player, at that point in the book, you could argue that, you know, he's less of a self-insert because you're not playing him, you're reading the book. That's what makes it confusing about characters that get more lore than just the game. But yes, for the game, yes. Because also, you can play Spartan Locke. Spartan Locke is definitely not a self-insert at all. Spartan Locke has his own motives all day long. He's got his own history. Loose green parts for the arm cannon. I can see an argument for that, but also I do really like the clear that they chose for this. It's like a kind of sparkly with good depth. Random human. Your random timeline. Random time you find new kits. Yep, Blokees keeps cranking out new stuff, and you'll never know One day it'll be Star Wars, the next day it'll be Mega Man, the next day it'll be Toy Story. Well, Toy Story came out first, but you know what I mean. Halo 5, yes. Am I playing more CE? Oh, the more campaign involved? Not tomorrow. I have some Chic Mainland kits to build that I have to get built so I can be filming the video this week. So that's going to have to happen. Although I do really want to play more campaign involved. But yeah, Spartan Locke, definitely, they definitely wrote him as his own character. Even in, like, Halo Wars, there's not really self-insert so much. Because, like, Jerome has his own character. Cutter has his own character. So, Chief was the original. Oh, whoops. I need a neck piece. Chief was the original for Halo. Then Rookie. 6 is a bit of both. Since there's stuff that he did and whatnot that was beyond what we played in the game. It's like 6 definitely had his own motives originally, and then he was ordered to join. I'm trying to think, who else have we played as in Halo? Rookie, Noble 6, Chief, Locke. I feel like there's somebody else that I'm forgetting. I guess technically Johnson? Well, okay, because you can play as Buck, and you play as all the ODSTs at one point or another, but all of them have characters and personalities, and they will be talking the whole time that you're playing. Metroid. Figma of Samus Metroid Dread. It's so expensive. I wanted to get that figure so bad. She looks so good. But holy moly, it's like $190 for a lot of places. Oh yeah, Arbiter. That's right, Arbiter. I knew I was forgetting somebody important. No, Arbiter is definitely not. Arbiter is, I mean, we see Arbiter's story. When we play as him, we know, okay, there's the goal that the Arbiter has to complete. And it's either he completes the goal or he dies. Golly, I can't believe I forgot the Arbiter. Yes, Arbiter. I've even played the game where you play as Arbiter, and I still somehow forgot that. Disgraceful. It's disgraceful. Oh, so again, we get the bigger back bend and not much of a forward bend. That's annoying. Halo 2 and 3? Do you play as him in 3? I thought he was kind of just more there in 3. But then again, I haven't finished 3, so I could be wrong. I need to finish 3. Honestly, I could probably stream every single day for like a month and a half and still not finish everything. Because I gotta play Titanfall, I gotta play CE, or Campaign Evolved, I gotta play Halo 3, Halo 4. I gotta build a handful of stuff. I got some Blokees painting streams coming up. Worth a try building the official Phantom to experience it. It's not a fun experience. I mean, if you want to suffer, you can. But it's not a fun build. I'll tell you that. It's kind of just it's a lot of stacking plates and stacking bricks, and there's not that much in terms of, like, clever build techniques. So, you're not really missing out on anything by skipping. Self-insert character stays a self-insert character. I don't know if that's entirely true. Because you can flesh it out. You can flesh the character out beyond a self-insert. For example, like Chief. Chief started as a self-insert character, but I would wager that, or I would say that he's not so much anymore. Like, yes, we still play as him, but like, in Infinite, you can see him, you know, saying and doing things that's like, he is the character that has learned these things specifically to him. The books expand on that even more. So he is then his own character. He's got his own motives. He's got his own even emotions about things at that point. And you get to see the emotions. That's I think the place where like you could kind of still argue that Link is just completely self-insert, but Chief eventually has his own emotions too that are very visible. Blocky's painting. We're gonna be painting up some Blocky's clone troopers, which I think is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be recreating my 2 original character troopers using Blockies. Also, we have a torso now. Trying to make sure I'm in focus. Okay. Let's build the legs. So bad? No, that's not why. Because Chief was shown to be his own independent character in Halo 5. And, I mean, people could argue that was bad. But even in, like, Halo 4, like, at the end of Halo 4, he takes off his helmet because of what Cortana told him. I would say that Halo 4 is what took Chief into the realm of being his own independent character. Halo 2, Halo 3, CE, all of that, he was definitely self-insert. But once Halo 4 rolled around, he had very clear motives beyond what we, as the player, were thinking. So, the Halo show was bad because they didn't build up. So, like, revealing his face could have been fine, but they did it right away. There was no build-up. It should have been a climactic thing, you know? He's this legendary character, but you wrote the character so that his legendary status doesn't exist because he didn't do anything. He was just kind of there, and then he just popped his helmet off. And so at that point, there's no mythos to him. He's just a dude. And he just looks like a dude. Halo 4, they changed him. Yeah, I would say they changed him for the better. Because that actually matches what we saw in the books. They got his character to line up with what we saw in the books, which was very good, in my opinion. That's like a puzzle piece. What the? It's like a jigsaw going on here. Look at that. That is very much jigsaw-like. Oh yeah, look at this. Printed thigh pieces. That's very cool. Trying to make sure I'm in focus here. Din Djarin's helmet's taken off due to reason. And it's taken off at the end of the series. After we've seen the build-up. We've seen Mando doing all the stuff that makes him, feared bounty hunter. If he just walked into a bar and whipped his helmet off, he would be way less intimidating. It just wouldn't work. Writing-wise, it just wouldn't. Kind of self-insert. Somewhat. I mean, he's the faceless character. We can get invested in the story with the way that he's doing things. But yeah, he definitely has his own motivations. Although he is a prime... he is prime example to be used, in a video game. Like a Mandalorian video game, especially pre-Grogu Mando. That would be really good, actually. Wait, I put these in backwards, didn't I? Did I put these in backwards? I think I did. Oh, probably because I had the legs mixed up. I didn't realize which one I was currently messing with. His motivation and goal. Although, to be fair, when the season starts, he doesn't actually have a motivation and goal beyond just making money. Which is it was a very thin goal, but the result of that was that he kind of was a bit aimless. He just kind of didn't care. If I've ever gotten some of the older 2018 mega sets. What were the older 2018 mega sets? Was that the Fireteam's era? When did Fireteam Shadow come out? Or Fireteam Crimson? Was that around when Crimson came out? Because I've got Crimson. Custom Mandalorian Fortnite. I'm going to be honest, that's one thing that has almost convinced me to download Fortnite is the Mandalorian creator. I think that's a really cool idea. Super, super cool. Yeah, Grogu brought, story-wise, Grogu brought the motivation. Well, okay, that's not true. Grogu brought the reason, the motivation was baked into his character from the beginning because he had that code of honor, he had been a foundling. So when Grogu came around, Grogu just was the reason for him to actually stick to his motivation. Alright. Ah! It's getting warm in here, so I'm sticking to stuff. Alright, this is weird. This feels like this should be the upper part of a joint, not what this is right now. I don't like this. I don't like this. This feels poor engineered. Halo Wars bigger sets like Forge Hog. No, I don't have those ones. Unfortunately, I wanted to get the Forge Hog for the longest time. Super cool set. But it got really expensive really quick. These leg pieces are very big as well. Just looking at these instructions too, this leg design is kind of rudimentary. Kind of weak, I would say. I'm just going to go ahead and empty this runner. Yeah, also these, like I was saying, these parts are sticking a lot more in the runner, and it's resulting in a lot bigger and rougher nubs. So, that's not super ideal. But yeah, then these. Alright, let me do what I gotta do with the parts I've got, because I'm getting too many parts now. I like shades of blue like this because you can clean them up easily. Persona games. I've never played a Persona game, and the closest I've come to it is playing Joker in Smash. You got the Forge Hog on the way, but the Frost Raven is as expensive as a Falcon Sweep. Ah, is it really? I thought the Falcon Sweep was more expensive. Rebirth. Interesting. That sounds really confusing. Also, it sounds very Japanese. That has a very Japanese belief system baked into that. Aren't there some characters that are like actual characters though? Because can't you play as Joker in the games and is he an actual character? I don't actually know. I just know he's in Smash. The trimming is always the most boring part of any model kit. Like, I just want to put the parts together. I don't want to trim the nubs. I mean, I could have just not, but that'd be not good. Joker's names are aliases. Joker's names? He has more than one? Alright. He's listed as protagonist. Interesting. So I guess they call him that in Smash because you can't have him just listed as protagonist in Smash. And for his neutral special, he wields a gun. As I'm saying stuff like that, I'm a little worried that YouTube's AI moderation is gonna like blow my stream away. The AI moderation has been going absolutely off the rails, and YouTube has been doing nothing about it. So, if you guys ever come to my channel and it's just gone, I probably got destroyed by the AI moderation. Oh, Joker's the code name. That makes sense. I'm gonna have little nubs all over my studio again. Do you ever think a Frost Raven is $550, Falcon Sweep? Okay, so a little more expensive. I don't think Blokees Resident Evil will ever become a thing. I could be wrong. I could easily be wrong. But I don't think it will become a thing. Metaverse, interesting. Oh, wait, I forgot. I need these white pieces to complete the lay. Oh, wait, is there just not one there? Well, that might have fallen off. Is it in the bags? I don't think it actually matters, because I don't think I need 2 of this part. But one of the pieces fell out. I don't know where it ended up, but again, I don't think I need it. It was better for you to get a new inbox harvester dropship. That is actually a not bad price for a harvester sealed. Or a new inbox. Maybe not 100% sealed, but that's not a bad price. I mean, it's a bad price, but like for this market, it's not bad. Persona 3 and 4 self-insert, but very different. Interesting. That's strange. Yeah, the Persona games are ones that I will probably never play. They're a little outside my realm of games that I usually like playing. A little beyond it. Same way, like, I don't know, Death Stranding. I wouldn't play Death Stranding. Just not my type of game. They're a little too wacky for me. Okay, so we've got this, and unfortunately, we are going to be doing a very, very dumbed down leg design here. This is just a block of plastic. All right, where's the one I need? That's the left leg. That's the left leg. Here's right leg. Alright. Pop that in. Then we need the ankle joint. That's a click joint. And then we need this to help fill the space. I have it upside down. That's why that wouldn't work. Wait, hold on. I'm so confused. What? Did I put this joint in backwards? Oh, I did. I put the wrong joint in. There's a wider side and a... Yeah, look at that. That is very rudimentary joint building. Blokees, you're better than this. We've seen you do better than this. Why the downgrade here? That's kind of slick the way that fits together. But yeah, this definitely feels like a downgrade. Why, Blokees? Why? Alright. Fit the core in. I'm doing it upside down again. Why do I keep doing that? It's very seamless when you're done. Also, I did not clean up those knobs very well. A bit messy. A bit messy knobs. Have I ever played any of the Resident Evil games? No, I haven't. I don't really play horror games. I don't know if Resident Evil fully counts as a horror game, but it's close enough that it's just not on my list. I know it has like a lot of lore and stuff, but it's just not. It's never really been on my list. Wait, that's backwards. Yeah, see, that's a lame knee bend. That's actually really, really lame. Like, I know Blokees can do better. Why are we degrading like this? Aiden Nations, welcome. We need. Wait, is this the right one? Yes, it is. This dark blue is not so fun to trim, though. And the nubs. I also feel like Blokees' placement of the sprue connections are not very good. Played the remake. Did you turn on, what is it? The Slopifier, the DLSS whatever, that changes, what is it, her name? Grace? Changes Grace's face to look really weird. Starforce's Black Sheep. Smallest fan base. Interesting. Played Halo CE, that's horror enough. I don't know. Maybe you could say the library was. That was, and honestly, it was just more frustrating than anything. Everybody, a lot of people had talked up the atmosphere of CE before I played it. And then I played it and I was like, what? The atmosphere is just dark. You do not get to see anything. And it's not in a spooky way. It's just in a, you cannot see anything. Do I have Defender 8? Not currently. That could change in a few hours. But, that being said, I can't say too much more. Other than, content for that will be maybe a little bit. Wait. Get the ultra rare Cade 6. Blows the Phantom out of the water. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Also, Cade. I miss having that Cade figure. I really do. It's one of the Mega figures that I really wish that I still had. I sold him, oh gosh, like 4 years ago. Because my car had some major issues. So I sold the entire dropship. I didn't have much of a choice. Well, I could have. I could have not sold that, but it was the biggest ticket item that I had to sell at the time. And I sold it to a guy who was hoping to get one to give to his dad, because his dad was a big Destiny fan, so it was going to a good house. But yeah, I do miss that little Cade. Such a good little figure. So good. Also, just so you guys know, I'm pretty sure my chat's updating extra slow right now. So, if you say something and it takes me a second to respond, it might be because the message isn't actually appearing for me. I don't know, my internet's kind of being weird right now. Oops. Alright, let's put these feet together. So we get this. You actually get white versions of this foot part. Which is interesting. That's not what you use. Resident Evil Requiem. Oh, Requiem. That's right. That's the new one. I would not recommend playing it with the DLSS 5 or whatever. It's it doesn't look very good. It looks like a genericified. Sluggish Gamer, welcome. Pop this on. Alright, he's got feet now. Pow. Pow. He can stand. He can stand on his own. I do like character designs that have these like very chonky feet, because it makes posing them a lot easier. The kit you've been waiting for? Well, here it is. Although, I say here it is. I thought it was supposed to be on the Blokees site by now. It's not yet. I don't really know why. I might have to ask them about that if it takes too long to go up on the site, because, you know, I thought that, I thought it was already going to be up there by now. Oh, yeah. This kit also goes back to the original Champion Class wrist style, which is strange. I don't really know why we went back to that. I thought they kind of ditched that. But apparently not really. Okay. I just went ahead and popped the hands out of the runner. Zero's hands weren't in the runner because they have a lot of print work. But Geo's hands here are just black, so they were in the runner. Your chase version of the Batmobile and EO2. What is the chase version of that one? Is that the, like, is it shinier? I mean, that's Blokees' typical formula for rares is make it shiny, which usually I'd say works out pretty well. What? The arms are like a tube of spaghetti. Like, this is, oops, that's a very spaghetti looking piece. Go ahead and pop everything out of this one too. Why exactly does everyone not like the hijacked Ghost? I mean, I personally kind of like it. The Ghost itself feels a little bare bones, especially when compared with the Requiem version that came out later. But I mean, it's not bad. It's a little maybe generic, but I think that the figures that come with it are pretty good. That's the Anubis Spartan, I believe. The green Anubis, which Anubis looks really good in green. Is it the Anubis? I'm second guessing myself now, but I'm pretty sure it's the Anubis. And it's got some good Banished in there too. But yeah, really it just comes down to people thought it looked kind of stripped down and not great. I'm pretty sure I liked it back when I got it years ago. I'd have to look back at my review to see my thoughts. Usually my thoughts about a set stay pretty consistent over the years, but you never know. Sometimes it changes. You personally like this version of Zero? I think Blokees did a good job. Like I've told people at the beginning of the stream, never really played Mega Man. I've played him some in Smash, and that's about it, all I know. So this took me down the rabbit hole of like Zero's lore, which is absolutely insane. A very, very intense backstory there. Shiny parts inside the Batmobile. I like the ones. Oh, interesting. Kuso, welcome back. X, rather version of X in Mega Man Zero. Isn't he an elf at that point? A cyber elf? Or are you talking about, like, the bad version? The evil one. Ever had that feeling where you bought a set you used to own as a kid despite the aftermarket price? Actually, yes. I bought the Lego, it was the Lego Rebel Trooper Speeder. I found it in actually a thrift store, and it was like $40 or something. It was a $9 set when it came out, by the way. But I love that set so much as a kid. I would, like, Saturday mornings, when I didn't have to do school, I would get up and I would grab my little Rebel Troopers and throw down some Constructs parts and have them blasting the Imperials. I don't even think I really had Imperials. I don't know what I used. I think I used Assassin Droids. But, yeah, I would do that for hours. So when I found it, I was like, okay, I have to buy this. The Copy X. Oh, gotcha. Should play the games. Most of them are great. I don't doubt that, but the problem is, there are so many games that people are like, oh, you should totally play this. And I'm like, I genuinely do not have the time. And when I do have the time, I would rather play one of the games I do have that I haven't been able to play. Like, my wife and I were playing through Jedi Fallen Order, but we haven't been able to get through much of that lately because of how busy things have been. Also, having a small baby kind of, you know, she needs a bit of attention. Complete Brute Prowler attack. Only one complete. 75 for a complete one's not the worst ever. I don't know. My concept of what is and is not the worst ever price for Mega has gotten so warped because people come up with worse and worse and worse prices. Like, it's genuinely kind of impressive how bad of prices people can come up with. It's kind of hilarious. Alright, I need a joint. An elbow joint. Trim that off. And then these arm parts have printing on the elbow, so they're already disconnected. Which, this is probably why his knee joints are the way that they are. They use so much of their budget on getting parts pre-cut and printed. Oh, this row? Okay, yes, this. Okay. It's been raining off and on here, which is nice because it's been like 90 degrees all week. So, having things cool down a little bit is quite nice. Oh, that is backwards. First vehicle. An old articulation. Yeah, that's the Walmart exclusive stuff, or actually just the exclusives in general. So like the Target exclusive as well. What's going on here? There we go. There we go. And we'll use this. One of them, like I said, one of these two fell off, but I don't really need the second one. It's just kind of an extra, so I guess that's fine. Trim that up a little bit. Pop that on. Okay, then we pop in one of the wrist joints. There we go. And I will give him this, because this hand can do that, which is really slick, actually. Arm bend being pretty good, despite it being a single joint, kind of blocky like the legs. It's not quite as bad as the legs. Alright, let's go ahead and pop out all these pieces, because we are going to need them all. Some point. Not only your first mega set, it's when you got into collecting. Oh, nice. I can't say that name, but thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. We will hopefully see you around. Oh, I broke that part. Well, I broke the runner piece. What's my name? Z. Well, actually, it's on my channel, but yeah, Z. Z-double-E. We will do Mega Man X in September or October. I would not bet on it being that soon. Usually, we have to have, like, a prototype or something for it to be that quick. How are the butterfly joints? They are strange. I'll show you. So, there's not very much here, but what you can do is you can pull out the joint, and then it butterflies as a ball joint. So you can get, well, I pulled it too much, but you can get inward like that. It's not amazing, but it's something. But you can get some amazing, look at this. Look at this upward movement. That's a nice stretch. But yeah, butterflies are not the best. What is the set that represents? Oh, so my dude is a Mark 7 with some of the heavy armor pieces on it. He comes from Halo Heroes Series 13. He's a single pack dude from Series 13. You can actually go back on my channel and find when I did that review. And you can see throughout the video, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's kind of cool. Then I look at him again, I'm like, you know, he's actually really cool. And by the end of the video, I'm like, okay, this guy actually might be, like, my favorite. And then after that, that was my channel mascot. And he has stuck. My sig fig actually used to be a yellow and red Spartan operator from, what was that, Halo Heroes Series 11? Was it 11? I think it was 11. I'm glad I swapped, though. I like my little blue guy better. How big is this? 5.5 inches. Oh, zero is different. Zero actually... Oh, no. He came undone, actually. So, Zero, he does have butterfly joints. Which actually are pretty good. So, there's a ball joint, but then there's also a butterfly joint. So, he can get a good crunch inward. The downside is that it separates on his back. I don't really know why they did that. Where's my focus? There we go. Yeah, so better. They're actual butterflies, but they're not I don't know. They're a little strange. They work, but they're kind of strange. All right, we're almost done here, which is good because I have somewhere that I need to go this evening, and I still have to schedule the stream, make the thumbnail and stuff. All right. Oh, I need to trim these. These are the side. Ah! My fingers are starting to cramp up because they're getting tired. Channel playlist started collecting 2020, 2021. No, that is 100% true. I actually posted the very first Mega thing that I got. Well, okay. Technically, I got a Halo Wars Marine and a Spartan before I started making videos, but it was 2020. And then when I bought my first set, which was a Call of Duty set, actually, I put the review out, and then ever since then, all the videos have been, you know, every set has gotten a video pretty much. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me get this to stick together real quick. I mean, like this. This is just... Hold on. This is just using... Hold on. Make sure I'm not... Like so. He can definitely cross beyond the wrists. Beyond the wrists. So I would say that he's actually pretty good. Although for some reason this one just keeps detaching out of the peg, which is not good. Alright, so we've got this. Oh yeah, we've got this little printed piece in a runner. Can't wait for Mega Man to release in our country. I don't know when he is. I thought he was already out. MSK06, welcome! I am doing pretty good. It's a little warm here, though. Cooler than it was, but it's a little warm. And because it's warm, it's making the instructions stick to my arm. And that's an annoying feeling. Alright, pop this arrow on. What Halo Hero series do I recommend? I'm gonna be honest, at this point, it's whatever is the cheapest, because basically all the Halo Heroes are really good. Golly, I can't hold on to it. What am I doing? But yeah, any of them that you can find that are affordable. Because I like a lot of them. Peak butterfly range. Yeah, it's pretty darn good. I would say that, I mean, we don't have the full arm yet, but I would say that this guy is probably going to be a lot less. Well, actually, hold on a moment. I may have spoke too soon. Let me give him his arm. Let's see here. That's actually not half bad either. Despite not being, like, actual butterfly joints. That's not bad. For lacking in the arm, he actually managed to come back with the butterfly. Yeah, these parts are sticking way, way more. Oh, that's not what I need right now. Yeah, like this? That felt like I needed a nipper to get that out. Alright. Brown plastic always marks up really bad. I probably could have been done this, like, 30 minutes ago if I wasn't bothering with the nubs at all. Which, I don't know, maybe I should have built it without bothering with the nubs, but it pains my soul to just leave gross nubs. Okay, Mauricio Celestino? Am I saying that right? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I will hopefully eventually learn how to pronounce her name. Trim that. Mauricio. Okay. I'll hopefully remember that and not try to pronounce your entire name next time. But that being said, that definitely does help me know how to begin trying to pronounce it. So thank you very much. Am I liking the faceplate on Zero? I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. Wait, that's not Zero's faceplate. Flames, welcome! I think it's kind of cool. I don't really like the turned eyes on that one, but it looks respectable to me. Just finished Action Edition Soundwave. Took you 3 days. Because you're sanding each one? Yeah, that's fair. Sorry you're late, can't stay long. Found some Halo Mega in a store? Series 3 blind bags got the pink guy and green Fred. That pink, was it the pink JFO? I love that pink JFO. I don't know, something about that pink color on Mega Spartans looks so good all the time. I think I have 2 of them. I ended up with an extra and I just decided to keep it because it's just so cool. But yeah, at that point, yeah, it's definitely, you find Mega in a store, that's an instant buy. Oh yeah, these faces, okay, I don't really like this. These look almost identical. It's just ever so slightly, like, more happy or more sad. Not a big fan. Alright, let me trim up this. Yeah, those are some very prominent and ugly nub marks. I hope they start learning a little bit more. Like, Chic Mainland does basically, like, 90% of their parts are attached with a single point onto the runner, which I think is really good. That's a great thing. $5 each. $5 each is actually solid because, like, what was it? Dollar General started charging like 6 or 7 a piece, which is nuts. Do you still have the Mega figures sold you with the Krios? What Mega figures did you sell me with those? It's been so long, I don't remember. Remind me. If you remember, please remind me. Oh, this way. Wait, hold up. Hold up. The visor needs to go on first. Sculpted eyes? Interesting. That's the one I think is like $60 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Is that all the way in? Oh, I guess that is. Okay. I really like the way this visor looks when layered on like this. Really, really good. And this print work is beautiful. Boom. Bada bop. What is it? Boom, bada bop. Bing, bang, pow. Figures Buck and most of the figures from the Outland Skirmish. It definitely wasn't a lot of the Outland Skirmish figures because I don't have a lot of the Outland Skirmish Spartans. I think I have a couple, but I don't have a ton. If you sold me a Buck, was it the Wraith Buck? So a ton of Blokees and old Lego. Old Lego gets me excited. Anytime I hear about a store that sells old Lego, I'm instantly like, ooh. Because old Lego is this, like, I don't know. There's not many sets I get excited about seeing in stores anymore, which is unfortunate, but a lot of them just aren't very interesting. Or they're like, they're okay. I don't mind them. I like them, but not enough to make me excited. Blokees Ultraman and Kamen Rider's Bender Runners. I need to try those. Buck from Scorpion Sting. I do still have him for sure. Yeah. He is alongside my other Bucks. Because I got every version of Buck now from Mega. So yeah, and I think I've only ever gotten one Scorpion Sting Buck. So then yes, I definitely have that. Sealed Bionicle, what? And some Red Brutes. Well, I have a lot of Red Brutes still. So it's likely that I do. Honestly, I haven't sold a ton of my Mega in a long time. Like, it's been a while since I did a big purge of my Mega collection. Because it was getting to the point where things were being, like, relisted so expensive that I didn't really want to sell stuff that I might need again later. So then we get to now where it's real expensive. And I'm glad that I kept what I did. Oh, this is the sword arm, by the way. But yeah, I kind of held on to a lot of my stuff. And now my collection is at the point where I don't feel the need to buy all that much more. You know, more terrain stuff is always good. And stuff for customs, but other than that... Wait, hold up. Oh, I did it upside down. Hero Factory. Hero Factory versus Bionicle. I mean, I grew up with Hero Factory, so I'm immediately biased towards Hero Factory. I love those guys. There were so many hours spent with my cousins, you know, building our own custom heroes and, you know, playing the Hero Factory games on there, whatnot. Flames, sealed. Actually, interesting. Well, Flames, thank you for stopping by. Have fun playing Halo 5. You're gonna make me jealous because I really wish it was on PC and they just didn't put it on the PC. If they ever port it to PC, I will be so happy. That will make me very, very happy. These parts have really ugly nub marks. Golly. A sealed drill dozer. Well, $70 is really rough for drill dozer. But seeing a sealed one in the wild is kind of crazy. I would be very sorely tempted by a sealed Hero Factory set anywhere. Even if the price was not a great one. I like this blue plastic a lot, actually. So nostalgic for old Hero Factory mobile game. Was that the Brain Attack one? I always played it on the LEGO website on like the PC, so I never knew what exactly was also on mobile and what wasn't. Okay, so we take this, and this gets locked onto here. But yeah, if I ever found like any of the 4.0 heroes in a store, golly, Even if they were like 40 bucks a piece, especially if I found Furno, 4.0 Furno. Man. I also would love to find a XL Stormer. I actually bought XL Stormer once years ago, and then I ended up trading him to my cousin. Because I didn't use him much at the time, and now I'm like, man, that would have been cool to still have him. I think Mega collecting got bad until it did some research and found out how they stopped in 2024. Was that really the last set that came out? Man. I didn't realize exactly. Honestly, because I haven't been keeping up as much. And also because there's been like, ooh, there's leaks about these new figures on eBay. Maybe a set will come out. And then it was like, psych, never mind. There is no new sets. Over and over again. That it's gotten to the point where it's hard to tell when things actually got really bad. Oh yeah, we got these printed eyepieces. Then this. Oh, this is actually cool. Color separation. All things Halo, welcome! Look at that. That is some nice color separation. And then we take, first. These. This is Omegasys, like, top of his head. Look at the top of his head. Let me get it lined up right here. There we go. I think Astro Rally will be the Gundam of Blokees. I mean, it could be. If they keep up the push, you know, and really make it more and more relevant. Oh, yeah, we're gonna put on these little bits on the bottom of his chin. So I messaged about playing CE. You broke your foot! Bro! How? I hope that gets better quick. I broke my toe once, and that's not even my whole foot. That was just my toe, and that took forever to heal, and it was super annoying. So I can only imagine how frustrating having your whole foot down would be. Oh, wait a minute. I need these things. I actually didn't have Campaign Evolved at the time when I sent the message. I do now, so whenever you want to do some Campaign Evolved, you just let me know. Like you said, doing a joint stream, you know, that would be pretty slick. There we go. Okay. Is there a specific way these go on? I don't think so. Literally just fell over. Man. See, that's always the worst. So I actually, back when I broke my toe, I did it just hopping over my little brother to avoid stepping on him. The sad thing about that is, like, then you don't have, like, this cool story to be like, yeah, I broke my foot while, I don't know, fill in the blank. Whatever it is that sounds cool. It's like, yeah, I just fell over. It happens. That's life. Sembo block shows. Ooh. I hope Sembo ups their quality a little bit. Alright, I don't have too long now because I got to schedule tomorrow's stream, but I did want to give a quick close-up of these guys. I love the way this guy's face looks. They did a really good job. Lots of print work. I'm breaking his arm off, but the arm bend is pretty good. He's got the card holding hand. Still, you're on the mend, but it's still so sore. Yeah. Yeah, foot injuries. They are painful for quite a while. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the Omegasys head. No opening jaw, but there is a joint in here for when you put it on the arm. But it hit 60K. Yup, very close. Very, very close. We'll see what happens once YouTube starts rolling out all these really bad new updates. Hopefully that doesn't tank things, but until then, I'm just going to keep rolling. I think his face looks pretty good. Eyes look pretty good to me. I don't know what... I'm not so familiar with Zero's design that I can say, oh, his face looks a little bit off or whatever. But the hair looks good. Series 18 was 22. Flood Firefight. Multiplayer Mayhem Final Exclusive. But wait, the Halo 2 pack The Halo 2 character pack. Was that 2024? Wait, it had to be. It had to be. No. Oh, gosh. Man, Mega's been dead for over 2 years now. Oh, boy. RIP. Mojo Sembo block is significant. Oh, I'm going to have to go take a look at that then, because I'm always very interested in Mojo stuff. Alright, I'm going to have to rush end this stream because it's a little later than I was expecting. You have a model kit competition soon in 10 hours. Oh, nice. Nice. That actually sounds super fun. I wish those happened in my area. Good luck. Good luck. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, pray us out because I got a scoot. Well, Lord, thank you for bringing everyone here. Thank you that we got to enjoy this build and have some good conversations. I just ask that you would be with everybody, give them safe and enjoyable weekends. Also pray for all things Halo, that you would help his foot to mend quickly without complication, because that is not a fun injury. Just thank you again for allowing us to enjoy this hobby. Help us not to take it for granted. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys. Thank you very much for stopping by. This build took a little longer than I was expecting, but I'll have my review out very soon. That being said, I gotta go schedule a stream. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for building a Chic Mainland Fenrir, the new Fenrir.